Hi, so we'll do a review video real quick and a total map out. Sanctuary cleansed, that it says in Daniel, okay. 203 days, March 19th to October 8th, 2020. That's Gretchen Whitmer. So um I believe we're in wisdom now since October 8th. So 2301 days, March 19th to Paul Walker death. You can kind of round it to 2300. So, now Gretchen Whitmer was kidnapped. So, just looking at it, Kid CRAIG, Kid CAIRG 17. So, it would be that we're in the 17BA accuser deceives days. Okay. And that's not a accuser blue flame. It's just it's taking it all as one section, um and without a split in it. So um all right, so I'm gonna label this that we're in wisdom now, okay, and that we have transitioned into it. So the big transition isn't coming, we already passed it. That's how I'm looking at it. And like, God's timing, he'll do things like he'll switch it and then have a big event like, a month later. Like, it sometimes you got to be in it first to get your bearings, and then something happens. So I've got this. I've actually got this laminated. So this is what I'm looking at to go off of for all of it. Okay, so it's the first, there are 138 days where the ones that are like the masked ventries and stuff, get they get the deal components, is what it looks like uh for their pits or something. And I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it's looking like. And you know the when the transgressors are come to the full, that may happen like way later. Like that may not, I know it represents Trump now, but like when it actually happens in like the superhero sense, or brought down to this Jewish deal level, it would be way later, I guess, because we would have to get all these trains aggressions to come to the deal. So the field operators take out those who have gone through Will I Am Moon Connect. So it's the ones that they've been in beauty side, where everyone has gotten out and an angel has come in and operated their body. Everyone's effed off, so to say. Um, no, I shouldn't say that, because they're not Fs. Like, yeah, yes, actual Philadelphia got out, but they're not Fs. Like, they didn't take the death and hell deal. They just got out. So all right. Um, So Will I Am Moon Connect, they have operated within the beauty, but they're under the moon burdens. Okay, which that's like a 16-year one. Um, so that's interesting to see on there. And then the helicopter volcano Neotech Fallen Suns Connect. That would be what I just talked about with the J Moriarty. Those groups that take the it deal sort of thing. Okay, then there are 5 days of complete gray reptile Dilophosaur tripped out. So, in the media, they're already promoting this idea of these Hans, and they're saying I have to be careful because I'll read it and I'll think it happened right then. But this is, we're looking at long term here for 7.6 or 7.7 years sort of thing. So then the 1667.612 days plus 3-day apple loosened from under Obama foot. So it is different from that iPad Go 2 in that the the Apple, it gets, it may get dropped, but then Obama comes in and, like, he steps on it like it's Smith in the fight scene with Neo, in the second one where there's a bunch of Smiths. Neo kind of takes that pole or like his staff or rod and like beats them all up like he's the old Batman or something, from those old video games. So that's interesting to see on there as well. Then 430 Days of Deep Impact Chosen HP Deer. I believe that's my arm from the trickle down system. They got a few things from Albertsons and Burger King, and you know, I know that sounds funny, but symbolically in furniture world. So we'll see how it all works out. That's what I'm thinking for that. That's that Sweden Connect. Okay, then so let me see here. I think then it goes to the top. It's the Z14 outbreak that starts as a nose piece like Phantom Menace, or like that new film. What's it? That old Sting film where he came out as the superhero. Breathing apparatus mixed with Voldemort. This is 300 days before the Hampton Inn Brentwood CA. I know that sounds random, but that was the vision. Is hit with a large plane. Then everyone starts to wear the goggles on their eyes. 2 months, 26 days later, the first ships leave for New Hawaii, Australia, Bridgeland. So it'll be a transition just into new land. It'll be like the new America is over there. So then after that you have 6 month Tartarucci, then Nuke all in. Okay. um which which would be like they're setting up. That's those visions we went over where the Tartarucci are setting it all up, the Gardoom. Okay. And then that would be like the third 9/11 if we have a second one, sometime soon. So and keep a mercy mindset. I mean, let's hope everything goes according to plan. I'm hoping it's all God's will. I don't want people to die or anything. I just, excuse me, I see things, that in the visions, that I forecast, so I just wanted to get this on video again. And then of course we've got this let's see, Jesus and Heart Battling Flesh, Mitch Gist. That's my cousin Mitch, that had the football accident when he was in high school, and he lived in the basement of my Aunt Dee Dee and Uncle Don's house. Uncle Don represents the Word of God in the symbolism. I know that sounds crazy, but he does. And so he's so I'm saying Jesus was like the spirit or ghost presence in the heart battling the flesh as Mitch Gist. So like it would have been a very tough battle because you know he could only be at home basically. Like it would, I mean he would go out and do things, but like it, um I shouldn't even say it may, you know um it may have been easier than other people that have jobs and stuff. When you look at that money, the money stuff from 106, then it kind of seems like I'm not saying this is better, but like this is more innocent sort of thing. I mean, of course it was innocent, but like, you get what I'm saying. Like it's all in perspective. So pride hath budded. This is from Ezekiel 7, and Jesus and 3,000, which was 3 day conquering Tech Gray pyramid reptile in Riley's clothes. And that was pride hath budded as well. Not anything against anyone. It's just um, that's that's what that was like. That's that whole CUI connection, and you know, where everyone was at with the 2012 connect with that too. Like it that was a transitional period as well. Going from the kneeling doghead woman, which goes back to uh my first the first girl I got with or kissed or whatever, and like and like the fish tank and all that, like it just it all connects, like it just goes back to that, and like that was the start of some type of staff or rod. Like it was the kneeling woman with the dog head. Like I don't know exactly what you would call that, but it was like a studying it was like a I don't even know what you would call it, like a studying Tupac or something. You would just call it that, or like you would just call it one of the creatures that we've gone over. Probably um I don't know. Probably like early Marilyn Monroe stuff, kind of like, yeah, I guess you would call it that. I mean, so Jesus and Miles McDonald mind battling second and third mantles. Okay, Rod blossomed. Okay, and this is with Psalm 36 as well, with Jesus in relationship of harp King David, King Saul. Uh, Jesus and Gondel's hair in garden was pride hath budded as well. So then Jesus as Super Saiyan Hobbit at Wed Feast, praising omnipotent God, steps out of carapace when introduced at Wed Feast is female form. That's Ezekiel 7:11. Jesus has stars in their courses, head of 12, binding just as James Dean, but he's doing it as Jesus. And that was Ezekiel 7:11 as well. Then you have so then from let's see, let me make sure this is right. Yeah, from there you go up here, and to cool off Jesus, God made a shovel out of nails, and of out of the nails um, that JC was that Jesus was nailed with, and then Jesus' feelings walking by way of the Gentile Sea of Galilee, God's ice water, God God's ice water was what he used. God was intending gentleness, and to just show that he would go back and forth and um, just get a little bit of water and pour it on them, and just do it very gently, and like do it, like 1,000 times. Like God was just going to go for however long it took, and but the shovel on its own expanded, um, and went to 7.3551 meters depth and 1.221 meters wide. God dipped 67 times, and that was it for that. And of course, God is, very strong and was able to hold that like no problem, but um, so if that's how you want to interpret it, I can leave that up to interpretation as well. That's how I'm picturing it, though. Um, or if you want to say like Yoda, like he had the Force helping him carry it, So, um, then Jesus has 67 Robert Shaw, okay, and you get Ezekiel 7:12 when he was as the predator form, Zubaydah bin Jafar form, Kamono Yasumari, Robert Shaw is that Ezekiel 7:13, and Gladiator from Marvel Comics is Ezekiel 7:13 as well. So that's Ezekiel 7:12 through 13. And then 27 May 2010, Supreme Administrative Court annulled part of the BRNO zoning plan, including ARTH 43, 43 being Keep Van, or that pink, pink pen or whatever, expressway through Bistrict, District, D43 motorway, Czech Republic, Wikipedia. Excuse me. And this is Sweat and produced a lilac Spanish moss alligator wheel subduing 3 Nazi women wheel. Okay, thank you.